Ford just admitted to the US government that 741,000 vehicles have a mechanical defect that can cause them to roll away while parked. They know exactly which part is failing. Instead of replacing it, they issued a software update and called it fixed. That is not a repair. That is damage control. Today we're breaking down exactly what's failing, why Ford won't truly fix it, and what you need to do right now if you own one. This one will make you angry. What Ford just admitted to the government. On June 30th, 2026, the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA, dropped a recall notice that sent shockwaves through the auto industry. Ford Motor Company. 741,195 vehicles. Gone. Recalled overnight. The affected models? Buckle up. 2018 to 2021 Ford Expedition. 2018 to 2021 Lincoln Navigator. 2020 to 2021 Ford Explorer. 2020 to 2021 Lincoln Aviator. And the crown jewel of American trucks, the 2021 Ford F-150. The NHTSA's official language was chilling. Quote, "The transmission park pall may engage while the vehicle is in motion, resulting in park system damage." Translation: your truck thinks it's in park while you're still driving, and when that happens, the parking system gets destroyed. And when that happens, the car can roll away while sitting in park. Think about that. You park on a hill, you walk away, and your 5,000-pound truck starts rolling. This isn't a minor software glitch. This is a mechanical time bomb inside one of Ford's most popular transmissions, the one OR8 10-speed automatic, and it's been ticking for years. Ford's worst year on record, and it just got worse. Now here's where this story gets even more painful for Ford. Just days before this recall dropped, Ford had something to celebrate. They ranked #1 among mainstream brands in the J.D. Power Initial Quality Study, their first time at the top since 2010. 16 years of trying, and they finally did it. And then, boom, 741,000 vehicles recalled. But this isn't just bad timing. This is a pattern, a deeply troubling pattern. In 2025, Ford set an all-time record for recalls, 153 separate recalls, covering more than 13 million vehicles in a single year. Let that sink in. 13 million vehicles. And 2026, Ford has already recalled 11.2 million vehicles. And we're not even through the year. These recalls aren't just embarrassing, they're expensive. Last year alone, Ford's recall-related warranty costs ran into the hundreds of millions of dollars. That's money that could have gone into building better products. Instead, it's going into cleaning up the mess from products that should have been built right the first time. And here's the brutal reality for consumers. Ford just won a quality award, but the data, the actual recall data, tells a completely different story. So which Ford is the real Ford? If you've owned a recalled Ford, you already know the answer. The real problem inside your transmission. And it's not what Ford says. Okay, let's get into the actual mechanics here, because this is where it gets really interesting and really damning for Ford. The 10R80 is Ford's 10-speed automatic transmission. It's in millions of vehicles, and at the center of this recall is a component most people have never heard of, the separator plate. Here's how it works. Inside the transmission's valve body, there are small components called check balls. These check balls press against the separator plate to create seals that control hydraulic pressure throughout the transmission. When those seals work correctly, everything shifts smoothly. When they don't, chaos. Now, in vehicles with an electronic park system, which is exactly what's in all the recalled vehicles, these check balls are critical because the electronic park system relies on that hydraulic pressure to function correctly. Here's the problem. Over time, the check balls wear down, and as they wear, they stop sealing properly against the separator plate. Pressure starts bleeding into places it shouldn't go, and that pressure bleed is what's causing the park pall to engage while the vehicle is still moving. The NHTSA recall notice even confirms it. Quote, "Separator plate wear is the cause of the problem." Ford's own documentation identifies a mechanical component as the root cause, a physical part inside your transmission that is wearing out and failing. So what's Ford's solution? A software update. Let that sink in. Ford identified a mechanical problem, physical wear on a physical component, and their solution is to update the software. As transmission expert Nate put it directly, software doesn't fix hardware. Hardware doesn't fix software. This is not a fix. This is symptom management. They're not repairing the transmission. They're reprogramming the computer to mask the warning signs of a transmission that is still, right now, physically deteriorating inside your vehicle. The software fix. Why experts are calling it a lie. When Ford files a recall with the NHTSA, they're required to do three things: identify the problem, identify the affected vehicles, and provide a remedy. Ford identified the problem correctly: separator plate wear in the valve body. They identified the affected vehicles, 741,000 of them. But the remedy, that's where things fall apart. Dealers will perform a software update and inspect for damage. If the damage is severe enough, they'll replace components. But if it's not, you get a software patch and you're sent home. Here's why that's a problem. The software update might change how the transmission behaves. It might delay the symptom. It might even prevent the park pawl from engaging at the wrong moment, for now. But the separator plate is still worn. The check balls are still degraded. The mechanical deterioration is still happening inside your transmission right now. You're not fixing the car. You're putting a digital band-aid over a mechanical wound that is still bleeding. And there's another layer to this that should make every Ford owner uncomfortable. When you bring your vehicle into the dealership for this recall service, Ford's systems are collecting data from your vehicle. That data gets sold to third-party companies. Those companies sell it to insurers. And the cycle continues, while your transmission continues to wear down. You came in for a fix. You left with a software patch, a data harvest, and a transmission that is still failing. How many more vehicles are actually affected? Here's the question nobody at Ford wants to answer. Why only these model years? The recall covers 2018 to 2021 models, but the 10R80 transmission with the electronic park system didn't stop being produced in 2021. It's in newer vehicles too. And the separator plate, the component Ford identified as the root cause, hasn't fundamentally changed across those model years. Think about the logic here. If the separator plate wears down in a 2019 Ford F-150, why wouldn't it wear down in a 2022 Ford F-150 with the same separator plate, the same check balls, and the same electronic park system? The answer is, it will. It's just a matter of time. We've seen this exact pattern before. General Motors had a similar issue with their 10-speed transmission, rear-wheel lockup caused by feed limit valves. GM started with a small recall. Then they expanded it. Then they expanded it again. By the time it was over, the recall had grown to over 1 million vehicles. Ford is following the same playbook. Start small. Minimize the financial exposure. Hope the problem doesn't manifest in newer vehicles before the warranty expires. And when it does, recall those too. The real number of affected vehicles could be dramatically higher than 741,000. Every Ford, Lincoln, or other vehicle equipped with an electronic park system, 10R80 transmission is potentially carrying this same ticking time bomb. If you own a 2022, 2023, or 2024 model with this transmission, pay attention. Your vehicle may not be in this recall today, but based on the history of how these things unfold, it could be tomorrow. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit like button and subscribe. Designed to fail. The uncomfortable truth about modern transmissions. Now we need to talk about something that the auto industry really doesn't want discussed. Why are these transmissions failing in the first place? Is it bad luck, poor engineering, or is it something more deliberate? Consider the timeline. The 10R80 was introduced with great fanfare. 10 speeds, incredible efficiency, smooth shifts. Ford and GM co-developed it. It was supposed to be the future of automatic transmissions. But look at what's inside it. The check balls, the components that seal against the separator plate, have progressively been made from softer and softer materials. Steel check balls were replaced with polymer ones. The reasoning? Steel check balls were known to damage the separator plate, so they switched to softer materials. But softer materials wear faster, and when they wear, they stop sealing. And when they stop sealing, you get exactly the problem Ford just recalled 741,000 vehicles for. Here's the uncomfortable question. Did Ford not know this would happen? Or did they know and build it anyway? Because here's the business reality. When your powertrain warranty expires, Ford wants your vehicle to need repairs. They want you back at the dealership. They want you financing a new vehicle. The entire business model of a modern automaker depends on vehicles that are reliable enough to sell, but not so reliable that you never need to come back. Ford even recently had to rehire 300 senior engineers they had previously laid off because their experiment with AI-driven quality assurance wasn't working. They tried to cut corners on engineering talent. The result? More problems, more recalls, more warranty costs. They're stepping over $1 to pick up a penny, and the people paying the price are the 741,000 owners who bought these vehicles in good faith. What should you actually do if you own one of these vehicles? All right, enough about what Ford did wrong. Let's talk about what you should do right now if you own one of these vehicles. Step 1. Check your VIN. Go to the NHTSA website, that's NHTSA.gov, and enter your vehicle identification number. This will tell you immediately whether your specific vehicle is included in this recall. The recall number is 26V402000. Write that down. Step 2. Contact your Ford dealer. If your vehicle is affected, contact your local Ford or Lincoln dealership and schedule the recall service. This is completely free of charge. Ford is required to cover the cost of the software update and any component inspection or replacement. Step 3. Ask the right questions. When you bring your vehicle in, don't just accept the software update and walk away. Ask the service advisor specifically, is my separator plate being inspected? Are my check balls being inspected? If there is physical wear, will those components be replaced? The recall notice says dealers will inspect and replace damaged transmission components. Hold them to that. If they find wear, demand the physical repair, not just the software patch. Step 4. Document everything. Get a written record of exactly what was done to your vehicle during the recall service. If problems persist after the recall repair, that documentation is critical for any future warranty claims or legal action. Step 5. Stay informed. Given the history of how these recalls expand, and given that the same components exist in newer model years, keep monitoring the NHTSA website for updates. This recall may grow, and if you own a 2022 or newer vehicle with the electronic park system 10R80, keep a close eye on how your transmission behaves. Watch for unexpected shifts, hesitation when engaging park, any sensation of the transmission engaging unexpectedly while moving, or warning lights related to the transmission or park system. If you experience any of these, get it checked immediately. Don't wait for a recall notice. The bigger picture, what this means for Ford's future. Let's zoom out for a second and look at what this really means for Ford as a company. Ford just won the J.D. Power Quality Award. First time in 16 years. That's a genuine achievement, and it reflects real improvements in initial quality, the problems that show up in the first 90 days of ownership. But recalls don't happen in the first 90 days. They happen years later, when components wear down, when design flaws manifest, when the gap between what was promised and what was delivered becomes impossible to ignore. Ford has recalled 11.2 million vehicles in 2026 alone. Last year, 13 million. The year before that, millions more. At some point, the J.D. Power Award stops mattering to the average car buyer who has watched their neighbor's F-150 get recalled 3 times. Consumer trust is not built in 90 days. It's built over years of ownership. And it's destroyed fast by a transmission that might roll your car away while it's parked. The financial cost is staggering. Hundreds of millions in warranty costs last year alone. Multiply that across multiple years of record recalls, and you're looking at a company that is spending an enormous amount of money cleaning up problems that should have been prevented at the design stage. And here's the final irony. Ford rehired those 300 engineers because AI couldn't replace human expertise. They're spending more money on engineering talent now than they saved by cutting it. The shortcut costs more than the investment would have. The lesson for Ford, and for every automaker, is simple. Build it right the first time. Because the cost of building it wrong doesn't just show up in warranty claims. It shows up in showrooms, when customers walk past the Ford lot and into the Toyota dealership next door. 741,000 vehicles, a mechanical defect, a software band-aid. Ford calls it a fix. Experts call it a lie. So we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Do you trust Ford's software update, or do you think owners deserve a real mechanical repair? Let's debate it. And if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button and subscribe for more auto content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.